Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to do a get ready with me and show you guys how I do my daily makeup routine. I feel like I'm talking really fast, I'm sorry. And while I do that, I am going to talk to you guys about my beliefs, what I believe in, how I was raised, how I got to what I believe now, whatever I kind of have time for. And this shall be interesting because my mom will probably be home soon and then be in the room next to me. And I don't really want her listening to this, so. Oh, and my dad's in that room over there. I care less about his opinion, but we can talk about that later, maybe. So I've already washed my face. I try and wash my face and definitely moisturize before doing this. I don't know what to do with my legs because there's makeup everywhere. But so basically I'm going to get my beauty blender. I'm going to get my Fenty Beauty foundation in the color 100. I think it's called Sand or something. I don't know. It's number 100. The lightest one I have, basically, because I am pale. So yeah, and as I do that, I blend it into my face. Definitely not using my camera as a mirror. So let's see. I was raised Christian. We always went to church on Sundays. We would go to children's Bible study and stuff. Sometimes we would sit in big, like adult church, as I called it as a child, with my parents. Oh, my hand with my makeup's upside down. I hate that. There's no good way of doing this. Yeah, basically that's, I grew up, I went to several different churches. I was heavily involved in my youth group. Always was going to youth group and Awana and Bible study and church on Sundays. I was a very Christian person. I never felt super connected to it. I always felt like I was doing something wrong. I was constantly rededicating my life to God/Jesus. I have several journal entries from high school where I'm like, oh, like I feel like I haven't been living my life correctly and I need to rededicate it, and like, you know, it'd be like the same thing 6 months later, like I don't know what wrong, like I never knew what was going wrong. Most of my life I was just homeschooled. The curriculum we used was Christian based, and I don't disagree with Christianity. I think that what it's trying to teach is very good and has a lot of good principles, but I just think that religion itself is very corrupt, and I don't really like the idea of God saying like, oh, I love everyone, but if you don't have a relationship with me or do what I say, then I'm going to throw you into a fiery hell pit and, you know, have humans be like puppets in a show or whatever is going on. And as I got into college and learned more things, and I started not playing around, but kind of seeing what I realized that maybe I felt the way I did about things because I didn't believe in it. Because my first semester in college, I came to a big realization that I kind of just believed in whatever my parents believed in, as far as like everything, like, you know, like politics, religion, everything. Like that's all I believed in, was whatever my parents believed in. And so I had this really big like mental crisis of, I don't know what I believe in. I don't know who I am as a person. I am just who my parents raised. I'm not my own person. And so I had this really big like mental crisis, and I got really depressed and anxious because I didn't know anything and I didn't know how to go about finding what I believed in. And for a while I just kind of decided that, you know what, there is some higher being. There is no way that there is not a higher being. I believe that something started that big bang that happened. And that something started everything. And, you know, I've seen different things throughout my life where it's like something had to have intervened in that in order for that to happen. And so I also think that all religions are talking about that same thing, whether they describe it as multiple gods or, you know, one God or whatever. I think all religions are describing the same thing, the same, whether it was a person that was on earth as Jesus or Allah or whatever they call him, or if it's multiple beings ruling over, you know, like in Buddhism or Shinto or the Greek gods. You know, they're all doing those same things. They're all describing the same things. So I do think that something is out there for all those people to have very similar stories. But I kind of just decided, you know, I don't care what it is. I just know that it's there and I'm not going to worry about it right now. So I'm going to do my own thing. And that was that for a long time. Back to makeup. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Tarte Amazonian powder just to put powder on my face. I use a regular powder brush and I kind of just put it all over my face so that my face kind of stays there and doesn't melt off. That was a big puff powder in front of my face. Woo! I think I got more in there than I normally do. I can't talk while I'm doing this. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to take my tapered blending brush. It is the Firma 103, I think that is. And then I'm going to take my Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil dark chocolate mocha, smells like dark chocolate mocha contour or bronzer or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that was my main thing during like early college, mid-college. And so I was fine with that for a while because I was trying to figure out a lot of other things, which I found out a lot of what I ended up believing in was very different from what my parents believed in. Which is fine, that's not a big deal. I'm not expecting them to agree with me or me to agree with them. We're very much our own people. It was just kind of hard for both parties to realize that we believed in different things, and to try and have conversations about that for a while was very difficult. But we figured it out. And my mom and I have very interesting conversations now about different things. Something else, I kind of came to this realization of I started getting more into zodiacs and, you know, nature and how Earth tells us things. And so I guess you could say now I'm kind of, I don't really normally say that I'm any one belief or any one religion, but I guess a good way to describe what I believe in now is naturalism. I'm very earthy. I'm very, you know, cosmic. I'm into, you know, astrology and zodiacs and, you know, what the nature and earth tells us. In that very spiritual sense. I feel like I've always been more connected to, you know, earth and nature than anything else. And I believe that, you know, whatever being or higher power created, I'm gonna do my eyebrows, it's a very important step. Whatever being created, you know, earth and astrology, I believe that, you know, those things have a big impact on our life and really, you know, can tell us things about ourselves. This is, by the way, this is just it's very tiny now, Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil in Auburn, I believe. I'm just gonna pencil in my eyebrows real quick. This takes lots of focus, so please hold. So yeah, I'm more of really into, as I already said, the zodiacs and astrology. I look at my horoscope every day, and some people are like, oh, well, horoscopes are very generalized, and, you know, if you look in the newspaper, like, it could apply to anyone at any time, and they do that on purpose, which I'm sure the people writing in the newspapers do, or whatever. But I use two different apps. I use Daily Horoscope and I use CoStar. For CoStar, you have to put in where you were born, the date you were born, and the time you were born, and that makes it very, very specific to you as a person. And, you know, then you know where your sun is, where your moon is, where your Venus is, you know, all the planets. And it's very specific to you, and it's like changes on day to day, like I know Abigail, she thought she was born at 7 and that's what she had in there. And then she saw her birth certificate said 7:41. So she went in there and changed it, and it made a big difference. Because that 41 minutes, as surprising and small as that may seem, makes a big difference in those things. You know, the sun has moved, it's at a different spot. You know, we're constantly rotating and moving in space, so the planets and sun and whatever is at a different spot. So yeah, it makes a big difference. You know, so me, I'm a Cancer, and I relate a lot to that. Now, I'm not the type of person where I'm like, oh, sorry, that's because I'm a Cancer. Like, no, it's just because you're being bitch. Like, for example. But you know, as a Cancer, you know, I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very sensitive person. When I feel things very strongly. You know, I talk about that a bit in the talk that I did with Robbie. That should be up by the time this goes up. But so I relate a lot to that, and I really look at horoscopes as something that when you look at it in the morning, you can be aware of that and think of that as you go through your day. You know, like my horoscope for today on Daily Horoscope is probably my favorite one. It says, in the movies, the hero or heroine may face incredible odds during car chases and pursuits by the bad guys. No matter what obstacles they face, they somehow find their way over or around the trouble. They make it seem almost too easy. You may not feel like much of a superhero now, dear Moonchild, but you do have the most important characteristics to be a survivor and a winner. You have an incredible tendency, and if you stick to something with dedication, you increase your chances of winning exponentially. Don't give up on a current struggle and keep going. And so I'm looking at that as, you know, whatever struggles I'm looking at, you know, I'm really trying and focusing on trying to move out by June. You know, June is my goal. I want to move out. And it's February at the time of me filming this, which is why my nails are pink. But so, you know, I just kind of had this opportunity where I thought I was going to be able to move in like 3 weeks. So yeah, I had this opportunity where I thought I'd be able to move out in like 3 weeks, a month. And I had this weird feeling though. And you know, my gut has never steered me wrong. So I really take that as, you know, something in nature or my spirit is telling me that it's right or wrong. And it was saying that it was kind of wrong and something was really off about it. And so I decided to not accept it and not do it. And I was really put down for a bit, which this only happened last night. So it's gone very quickly. So I was really disappointed about it. But I was also kind of relieved because once I had been like, oh my God, this is happening in a month, in a few weeks, like I went on this like anxiety spurt where my mind was just going, you have to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And it freaked me out a lot. So now not having that there and being able to be like, okay, I want to be there in June. So what do I have to do? Work backwards. And so I feel a lot better about that. Because before I wasn't really planning too much on it. I was just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. But now I have more of a set plan. And that's been helping me a lot. But so anyways, I went with that gut instinct. And so I'm taking that as this is my struggle. I was struggling to do this. And so I'm finding ways to work through my barriers to do that. And I need to do that with everyday tasks too. You know, if I struggle with something at work today, if I go to work later today and I'm struggling with something, I need to just take a breath and be able to work my way through it. Or get to someone who can help me work my way through it. And now I've been talking and not doing my makeup at all. So next, I'm going to take my Tartelette Tartelette Toasted palette. Sorry, this is my favorite palette ever. And I'm just going to take a general fluff brush for eyeshadow. I'm going to go into the color Latte right down here. And I'm just going to put it all over my eye. You know, I'm really into astrology and horoscopes, as long as the horoscopes are more of the specific ones and not the very just generalized, oh, you're a Cancer, here you go. I like them being more specific. And you know, I've also started doing tarot recently, and I really think that, you know, I don't know what, you know, gets in the card, but they've been really accurate for me. And for my friends and even my mom, who I convinced to let me do her tarot reading. And it's been very accurate, and it's just one of those things where, again, I just kind of take it as not necessarily oh, this is telling me how my life is going, but I look at it as this is what I go forward to in the day, because usually I just do a daily reading. And I just look at it as, okay, well, it's telling me that I might have problems in this or this today, or it's telling me that, you know, I might struggle with something today, or it's telling me I might, you know, be overjoyed today. So I try and look at that. So when things happen, I'm like, oh, okay, so let me think about it like this. And honestly, I just think it helps. And really, it might just be one of those things where if you believe in it, it makes it manifest and it makes it happen. And mind over matter sort of thing. But I really think those kind of things work. And, you know, crystals and witchy things and making charm bags. Like I made, where is mine? So, you know, I made these little anti-anxiety pouches for me and a couple of my friends. And it's got, you know, rose quartz and black tourmaline and Himalayan rock salt and lavender and chamomile. And actually, me and Caden, I haven't heard from Charlie or Robbie, but me and Caden have found that it actually really, really helps us. And sometimes we just, when we are anxious, we just take it out and smell it a little bit and it calms us down. And it could very much be a mind over matter thing, but honestly, I think that's how all beliefs, how all religions are. If you tell yourself that this is what you believe in, then this is why something's happening. You know, if you believe that, if you pray to God for something for it to happen and then it comes true, oh, well, God answers your prayer. Okay, well, if I, you know, cast a spell or make a charm bag for something to happen and manifest in my life and then it does, okay, well, that's why. You know, if I put, you know, not that I curse people, but if I put a curse on somebody and something bad happens in their life, they're not gonna be like, oh, someone must have cursed me, that's bad karma, you know. You know, if they don't believe in that, they're not gonna do that, they're not gonna think that. But it could just be one of those things, but that's how everything is. And that's why I don't think you should hash on people's belief, you know, even just out of a respect manner. So next I'm going to use my Too Faced mascara. I think it's just called Damn Girl, that's what it says. This is the one I got from Ipsy, but I'm gonna go get a full-sized one. Can you tell that I like Tarte and Too Faced? The sun is moving and it's about to be on my face and I dislike that strongly. But yeah, so it's like I joke with people, like that I'm a witch, you know. I'm very earthy, I'm a very cosmic witch. I believe in the astrology, I believe in the zodiac, I believe in earth and nature and having a big effect on us and what we do and what happens in life. Because, you know, like, yeah, it does, it really does, or at least I believe it does. And if you don't believe it does, that's your own thing, I don't really care. Don't bash on me for my beliefs. You know, yeah, I make charm bags, I do little spells. It's nothing like I don't want to curse anyone, I don't want to do big, huge, major spells. It's more of like little protection spells and anti-anxiety charm bags and things like that. But honestly, that charm bag smells real good. Yeah, so I mean, I don't really, like, I say that I don't really tell people, oh, I believe in this, or oh, I'm a Christian, or oh, like I used to just keep saying I was a Christian for ease of it, but I definitely wouldn't say I'm a Christian now. Like I'm very, like I said earlier, I believe religion is very corrupt as it is now, and it's not anything like it was meant to be. I believe religion was made to help people find guidance in their life and to have morals and values. I don't like being part of a group that hurts people in the name of their God or rejects people in the name of their God. I disagree with a lot of what they say, like, you know, oh, like, you know, I believe that if you need an abortion for either health reasons or because you're simply not ready for a kid and you think that's the best option for you, then that's, I think you should be able to do that. And I know Christians are very against that, you know. I'm gay. Christians don't like gays. They think it's against God, they think it's a sin, even though it's been scientifically proven that it's different in your makeup of who you are as a person, and in your brain it's different makeup. So it's not a disease, it's not a sin, it's not a choice, it's literally who you are as a person. And so I don't see how that would be classified as a sin, and I think that's wrong. You know, if there's certain things that you want to hear me talk about, whether it's, you know, me being gay or my belief on, you know, like abortions or whatever, or what have you, like tell me in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. And then just to finish off, I'm going to use my Twisted Kiss matte lip pencil in the color Kiss Me Twice. It's just a little matte lip crayon. It goes on really easily, it's really nice. I love it a lot. It's basically like a shade pinker than my regular lips. Really easy to put on. Stays on pretty well too, but I always carry it with me. When I put on lipstick, I always carry the lipstick with me, just in case I need to reapply. Alright, that is it for my makeup routine. This is my finished look for day-to-day basis. Sometimes I do a little bit more eyeshadow, a lot of times I don't. The sun is just about to start getting in the way of my filming, kind of already is. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I didn't make points for this video like I should have. Let me know what your beliefs are in the comments below, and if you have any questions for me about mine or other things I believe in, other things you want to see on my channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!